it's about people thinking locally. Every penny spent here, most of it stays here. It goes into the local community in some one way or another. And these big companies, it doesn't work like that.
Today we're joined with Kelly and Nick of Granny Squib, John from Yacht Club Soda, and Rick with New Harvest.
Kelly, we chatted. You talked about how you were working with New Harvest and Yacht Club to kind of form this, small business, local Rhode Island, non-alcoholic beverage, group. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and why you're forming and what's kind of the plans with that?
Sure, that was through one of our distributors, and these three brands, New Harvest, Yacht Club Soda, and Granny Squibs, plus Dell's, all came together to create a Rhode Island package. So essentially, we would go into a place and be like, all four of these brands are Rhode Island, they should be bought together, essentially.
What creative ways have you come up with to get through this?
Well, we were working on like a full-fledged online store, so we launched it a little bit early when all this happened. So it's up and running. It's definitely creating new revenue. We're doing the market mobile home delivery. I also launched I have a political soda that I launch every 4 years, soda pop pull. So I launched it a little early, and now we'll be shipping out maybe a couple thousand cases over the country within the next month, which will more than help where we're at right now.
Can you just tell us a little bit more about these soda wars between the two potential candidates and how people can purchase that if they wanted to vote by purchasing?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, we have the online store, which is a great way, and we'll be at like soda pop shops across the country, so they can go in and they can buy a bottle of each or buy a bottle of their favorite candidate, and each bottle purchase is a vote. So we keep a tally of bottles purchased, and on election day we come out and say who we think is going to win. Last time we were right, so we'll see what happens.
Very interesting.
We also introduced home delivery in Providence, Cranston, Warwick, East Providence, Barrington. So that's something that we're kind of capitalizing on in terms of keeping New Harvest at top of mind, and that we're out there and people can get coffee beans at home very easily.
So it was very interesting. You quickly created resource pages. Why did you focus on others first?
Keeping money in the local economy benefits us. So really highlighting local businesses is a good thing, and we put links on our website that people can click to go directly to other people's websites. And again, like John was saying, most of our sales are in restaurants and bars. So if they're not open, if they're not getting sales, like that immediately affects us as well. So so we just wanted to support our community.
Because, the first few minutes of the whole thing, restaurants, bars were closing down. Our first thought was, we started really feeling for our friends in the restaurant industry. And then, seconds later, we realized, that's all of our customers. This is our problem too.
Yeah.
All of you are helping the community right now. So how can the community help you?
Ordering from our website is a great way to support us. Buying coffee at the grocery store, Urban Greens Co-op, or the Whole Foods locations in Rhode Island. They all carry our coffee. But also supporting our wholesale partners. A lot of them are, as I said, are going to be opening this month or have been open all along. So we're actually going to be featuring our wholesale partners on our social media over the next couple of weeks, just to give them a shout out that they're there. I think the big lesson is shop local. I think that's the best thing you do. I drive past the Starbucks on North Main 2 or 3 times a day on my deliveries, and there's always a line around the block onto the street. That's crazy. People need to support local shops and local businesses.
Again, go to our wholesalers, the people we wholesale to, like the restaurants, the sandwich shops that are going to be opening up, bakeries, whoever's out there. You see a Yacht Club, a Granny Squib, New Harvest Coffee. Go support those people because they support us too. And little things like sharing our page on social media. I mean, you don't have to buy anything to do that. It just puts us top of mind, like Rick was saying.
Yeah, and it's the exact same for us. We have our online sales. You can get us at Urban Greens, at Whole Foods as well. And same thing as you guys were saying, our wholesalers, go buy gift cards, go just shop local.
Yeah, and more than half of Rhode Islanders are employed by small businesses, and we're super proud of our restaurants and all of our brands and stuff. And if we want them to be there on the other side of this, then we've got to support them. If we're proud of those things, and as a state we want them to be there in the future, we've got to support them. And I wish it was a sort of like cooler, more complicated answer than buy what they're selling, but that's really what it is.
Segueing into what you talked about, a lot of your customers are restaurants and bakeries and so forth from the hospitality industry. It's no secret that that's one of the most impacted industries in our state. How do you feel the state has handled the situation when it comes to reopening Rhode Island?
It's a tough one because it's you have to balance the dangers of the virus with the realities that we need to get back to normal as quickly as possible. I feel like compared to other states, Rhode Island has done a decent job. I know they put out graphics on their recovery website about how to set up your restaurant with spacing in mind. That said, I know for a lot of restaurateurs, it's just not going to work for a lot of people. Restaurant margins are small as they are in the best of times. So the idea that you're going to reduce your seats by 75% and make that work. I know some people will, the combination of that and doing curbside pickup, it's going to be challenging for a long time.
The restaurants being out of business, it's not just, waiters out of work, it's John and Rick and Granny Squibs not having orders. It's a cascade. So it's not quite as simple as saying close down the restaurants, because that closed down a whole sector of the economy.
Chain.
Yeah.
Beer and wine distributors too. It's everywhere. The restaurants in this state run the economy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the restaurants are known here for everything. So it's going to be really difficult if they start to go under. It's kind of what Rhode Island has become. The identity of Rhode Island has become good food.
Are there things about the food and beverage industry that everyday consumers like myself just aren't aware of that you're going through right now?
Yeah, I was chatting with Bob Burke, who owns Pot of Food downtown, and he was sharing something that I didn't even think of. So like the restaurant food supply chain and the grocery store food supply chain are totally different. It's not just one or the other. And when the restaurants shut down, it was like a 10-car pileup. Everything stopped, and everything stopped all the way back to the farms. And so people think, okay, so you lift restrictions and business, gets back to normal. But it's not just a switch you can flip back on. You have to restart every chain in that, or every link in that chain.
The warm weather is finally here. What drink are you most excited to share with a socially distant group?
Well, we're working on a couple of new offerings. They're basically called large format lattes. So it's basically half-gallon jugs of iced honey latte and iced mocha. So this is something another local connection. We're sourcing the empty bottles from Wright's Farm. So they've been kind enough to order those for us. So that's something that we're going to have available for sale and for pickup at the farmers market. and at the roastery as well.
Last year we launched in aluminum cans. We've been available in glass bottles since the beginning, but last year we launched in cans, so you can bring it to places like beaches and campgrounds and all the places you want to go to where you can stay 6 feet apart from everybody else and enjoy the sunshine.
Mhm.
I also saw the new Harvest cans, and they look awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then at night you mix a Granny Squibs with a Yacht Club ginger beer and some vodka, and that's a really good way to end the day.
Mhm. Yeah, Granny Squib's sweetened cranberry and Yacht Club Soda's ginger beer mix like extremely well together, just so everyone knows.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
They do. I have the soda pop poll coming out, and I actually have a bunch of stuff out to bartender friends of mine and things like that. So we're gonna come up with like a bunch of crazy cocktail recipes for that, for debate nights and things like that.
So one thing I noticed that all of you are on Farm Fresh, Rhode Island's mobile market. Can you guys talk a little bit about what your relationship is like with Farm Fresh?
We've had a relationship with Farm Fresh for years. I don't even know how long it's been. We were one of the first people to jump on the Market Mobile program. And I think it was a really great pivot by them to go to home delivery. It's a great way to get local products right to the consumer.
They're a unique organization. I mean, I'm sure there are organizations like them now in other states, but they really have been at the forefront of promoting local food and creating systems to distribute it.
But I was so impressed with how quickly they were able to like adapt to that. They went, their volume exploded, and there was obviously, some figuring it out, but they turned around really fast, and it's been pretty seamless.
What lessons have you learned through this? And if you could give one piece of advice to a small business right now, what would that be?
Yeah, you never know what's going to come next, and you just really got to be you got to be flexible and fluid in all situations. There was no way to truly prepare for this. There really wasn't. You do your best to budget. You do things like that. You try to have something put aside in case something bad happens. Not everybody's that fortunate to do that either. I mean, they might be in the middle of expanding and putting all their money into something and don't have that extra to lean back on. There was no preparation for this. I don't think it was possible.
And also, I think something really important for small businesses right now is to realize that we're all in it together. And reaching out to work with other companies has been extremely valuable to us. And like, John, you've shared our, Granny Squibs multiple times on your Instagram, and Rick actually bought our iced tea to sell at the farmer's market, which is just so incredibly supportive. Thank you so much. And using this as kind of an opportunity to get closer to the people in your community and who you're working with has been like very, very surprising how many people we've reached out to. I mean, those lasting relationships after this, once the economy really opens up, that's going to make all of Rhode Island soar.
Right. If I had any advice to give in terms of how we're getting through it, one is to focus on what you're good at, which is something you should do at all times. But I've had my share of odd projects the past few years, and I have been in the process of streamlining that. And going through this experience has really accelerated that. So I think keeping a streamlined business with a very focused mission and very focused and solid systems is super important.
If there's one drink that you feel that is great mixer with your beverage being the mixer, what would it be?
Well, we actually have a collaboration with RI Spirits, and the drink is called Rhode Island Iced Tea. And it's their vodka, our sweetened cranberry, and then a little bit of limoncello, and garnished with a mint, and it's amazing.
And for us, I would say the iced Irish coffee. So you can use either our snap chilled coffee, or you can make your own cold brew. We're also going to be offering half gallons of cold brew soon as well. So use one of those two coffees, a couple ounces of your favorite Irish whiskey, and some whipped Irish cream, maybe a sprig of mint. Very nice.
We've been doing a lot of collaborations with White Dog Distilling lately, and they have so many cool, like, unique recipes that I just say, hit them up on Instagram and check it out. They have so many good ones. But I mean, my major go-to mixer at Yacht Club is ginger beer. It's pretty much it goes with everything. Like I said before, come visit us at our factory store, see everything we have to offer in person. Visit our website, yachtclubsoda.com. You can buy online, we drop ship, we go anywhere in the country. And, share us on Instagram, share us on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you have. Put us out there, and we try to do the same for other local companies. Our factory store is 2239 Mineral Spring Avenue in North Providence, right in the heart of Centerdale.
Well, you can order us online at grannysquib.com. Our iced teas are organic, they're non-GMO, they're vegan, they're gluten-free. We ship nationally. Go support your local restaurant, buy a Granny Squibs. You can follow us on Instagram at Granny Squib, that's our handle. So follow us, like our stories, direct message us if you have any questions. We're available all the time.
So you can buy our coffee online at newharvestcoffee.com. We specialize in direct relationships with small growers in Guatemala, Colombia, Honduras, and Costa Rica. Like I said before, you can get our coffee at Whole Foods Market, Urban Greens Co-op. I also want to encourage people to shop at the Hope Street Farmers Market, which is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every Saturday at Lippert Park in Providence, which is where Blackstone Boulevard and Hope Street come together. John and I happen to be on the board of that market. We've put a lot of work into making it a safe shopping space. So I feel like it's much safer than a grocery store, and obviously it's all local, it's all fresh. So I really encourage people to shop there.
I just want to thank all of you for your time and for doing this, and that I hope that everyone watches this and then shops local.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.